is correct.
Duke, I think you misunderstood it.
No, Mali, it's you who misunderstood.
What's up, you two? What are you arguing about?
I told him that methodology is a departmental name, but Duke said it was a subject name.
Both of you are correct. Let me explain.
By definition, in the Royal Institute Dictionary, Geography Edition, meteorology is a subdisciplinary science on the studies of atmospheric phenomena, including the weather process and climate. The subject is a study about the physics, dynamics, and chemistry of the Earth's atmosphere, as well as its interaction with the Earth's surface. The organization in charge of monitoring the weather situation is the Thai Meteorological Department. The mission is to provide meteorological service, to observe and monitor weather and relevant natural phenomena, to provide weather forecasts and give warning to the public of any oncoming natural disaster. The meteorological services are served various activities with accuracy, quickness, precision, and timeliness under the vision aspiring towards excellence in meteorology at an international level.
What are you drawing, Mali? Why does it look messy?
I'm drawing clouds in the sky, Uncle Bandit. But when I colored my drawing, the clouds changed colors, so I had to change colors too. I'm not sure if I will ever finish it.
Dear, it would take a lifetime because the clouds are always changing their shapes and colors.
Well, where do the clouds come from?
Clouds are visible mass of droplets. In other words, little droplets of water or frozen crystals suspended in the atmosphere above the surface of the Earth. Clouds exhibit a high reflectance throughout the visible range of wavelengths, making them appear white. However, if the intensity of the clouds is so high that the solar radiation decreases with depth into the gases, they appear as gray or even sometimes dark. Clouds are classified into 4 levels and 10 families. Firstly, low-level clouds in 2 families, which are stratocumulus and stratus. Secondly, middle-level clouds in 3 families, which are altostratus, altocumulus, and nimbostratus. Thirdly, high-level clouds in 3 families, which are cirrus, cirrostratus, and cirrocumulus. And lastly, convective level clouds in 2 families, which are cumulus and cumulonimbus.
Uncle Bandit, how many types of clouds are there? What are they called? Why do they look different from each other? And...
Hey, slow down, Juke. No one is going to interrupt you. I will tell you.
Clouds are classified by their appearance, which are as follows. Low-level clouds are those found up to 2 kilometers above the ground. There are 4 types of low clouds. First is the cumulus. Second is the cumulonimbus. Third is stratocumulus. Fourth is stratus. Middle-level clouds can be categorized into 3 families. First is altostratus. Second is altocumulus. Third is nimbostratus. High-level clouds are categorized into three families. First is cirrus. Second is cirrostratus. Third is cirrocumulus.
Mali, look at the cloud. It looks like a cow.
Well, this cloud looks like a mountain too. So beautiful.
What are you doing, kids?
Uncle Bandit, we are looking at the clouds to see what they look like.
Ah, I see. Sounds like fun. Well, there are lots of clouds today. In other words, it's a cloudy sky. Do you know, kids, that there are criteria in dividing the sky into parts to help detect cloudiness?
Really, Uncle Bandit?
Cloudiness is detected by dividing the sky dome into 10 parts, which will lead to the following condition. Fine is a sky with no clouds or with clouds less than a tenth of the sky. Fair is a sky with clouds spreading over 1 to 3/10 of the sky. Partly cloudy sky is a sky with clouds spreading over 3 to 5/10 of the sky. Cloudy sky is a sky with clouds spreading over 5 to 8/10 of the sky. Very cloudy sky is a sky with clouds spreading over 8 to 9/10 of the sky. Overcast sky is a sky with clouds spreading over 9 to 10/10 of the sky.
Good morning, Uncle Bandit.
Good morning, kids. What kind of winds takes you here?
Wind of curiosity, Uncle.
Uncle Bandit, the well-informed. I'm wondering where winds come from.
Well, let me find my book. Here it is. First, I will explain what a wind is.
A wind is the horizontal movement of air over the surface of the earth. Winds occur with the air movement from areas of high pressure to low pressure. Wind speed depends on the degree of difference in pressure. When the difference is low, the wind is called a lull or breeze. A greater difference in pressure can generate strong winds up to a storm. However, there are two kinds of air movement. The air which flows horizontally over the Earth's surface is called a wind, while the air which flows vertically towards the Earth is called an air current. Equipment called a anemometer is used to measure speed of the wind.
Dear me, the wind is so strong. Help me, it's blowing me away.
What are you doing in an open field like that? Besides, it's just a monsoon, no storm. No need to cry out that loud.
How does a monsoon come about then, Uncle Pandit?
Listen carefully.
Monsoon is a seasonal shift in the prevailing wind direction that usually brings with it a different kind of weather. The primary cause of monsoons is the difference between annual temperature trends over land and sea. Thailand is under the influence of two monsoons, namely the southwest and northeast monsoons. The southwest monsoon, which starts around mid-May to mid-October. It originates from high-pressure areas in the southern hemisphere around the Indian Ocean. This monsoon brings a stream of warm, moist air from the Indian Ocean towards Thailand, causing abundant rain over the country. Brings moist air mass from the Indian Ocean, causing very cloudy skies and widespread of rain. After the southwest monsoon, around mid-October, the northeast monsoon will spread over Thailand and stay until mid-February. This monsoon originates from high-pressure areas in the northern hemisphere. It brings cold and dry air mass to Thailand, leading to clear skies, colder temperature, and drier climate across the country, particularly in the north and northeast regions. The southern region, however, is still laden with heavy rainfall, especially on the east coast, as this monsoon also brings moisture from the Gulf of Thailand.
Juk, what's wrong? Why do you keep turning round? I feel dizzy now.
I'm acting like a cyclone, but in only just a few rounds, I feel dizzy too.
Where are you heading to?
To you, of course. My teacher said that there would be a tropical cyclone, so I want to ask what it is.
So, sit here and I will tell you.
The tropical cyclone is a storm that occurs over a tropical sea or ocean with an appropriate temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. However, other factors, such as temperature and atmospheric humidity at different levels, are required to enable the formation of a storm. Tropical cyclones build up from a large low-pressure cell over sea surface in the tropical zone and in an area with a number of clouds but with no apparent wind circulation. The active low-pressure cell will further develop until the wind circulation becomes visible. In the northern hemisphere, the wind circulation is anti-clockwise. Tropical cyclones are known under different names depending on location of origin, namely, in the Bay of Bengal Bay and Indian Ocean, it's called a cyclone. In the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, Mexican Bay and west coast of Mexico, it's called a hurricane. In the west of the North Pacific and South Pacific and the South China Sea, it's called a typhoon. And in Australia, it's called a willy willy.
Uncle Bandit, what is an eye is used for?
Of course, for you to see things with.
Right? So the eye of a storm is for it to see things too?
Well, you are tricky today. Do you really know it or just playing with me?
I don't really know what it is. That's why I have to ask Uncle Bandit, who knows everything.
Nice and flattering. Now remember this. The eye of storm is...
The eye of a storm is a region mostly of calm weather in the center of a storm. The sky over that part is therefore clear, despite strong winds and clouds circulating around the eye wall. However, the eye of a storm doesn't always have to be right in the middle. The eye wall is the area with the heaviest rainfall and thunderstorms. The eye, which is in the center of a tropical cyclone, is typically 20 kilometers in diameter. However, a bigger cyclone may be over 40 kilometers in diameter. The barometric pressure in the center may be below 960 hectopascals or 960 millibars. The eye of the storm becomes visible when a tropical cyclone gets stronger to a typhoon level.
Uncle Bandit, it seems like the rain is coming.
Indeed.
Well, Uncle Bandit, I wonder how thunderstorms come about.
Let me explain.
A thunderstorm is a natural phenomenon which happens daily above the Earth's surface. Areas near the equator and tropical zone have chances of thunderstorms all year round because of sweltering weather with high humidity and high temperature, which causes atmospheric weather instability. This condition leads to the development of tall and dense clouds that grow vertically, known as cumulonimbus or thunderstorm clouds, which is a main reason for other horrid weather conditions such as gusty winds, lightning, thunderbolt, heavy rainfall, or severe weather up to hail or frost on aircrafts, which could be hazardous. Thunderstorms normally occur over a short period of time, with rare exception of over 2 hours. Since Thailand is situated in the tropical zone, there is a chance of thunderstorms at all times and in all areas.
It's April now. Why is it still raining, Uncle Bandit?
They call summer thunderstorms.
What are summer thunderstorms? Could you please explain?
Summer thunderstorms are heavy rains which occur during hot summer season around March to May or before the rainy season. As the Earth's axis begins to incline towards the sun and the sun's perpendicular moves nearer to the equator, the temperature in all regions rises. The southerly and southeasterly winds from the Gulf of Thailand and the South China Sea, which flow into Thailand, also make it hotter with higher humidity, especially up in the north, northeast, and upper central regions. Whenever the high pressure of cool air mass from China spreads to the north and northeastern regions, the cool air current meets with the local hot air current, causing variance and rapid lifting of air mass in a sudden manner. The result is the formation of cumulonimbus clouds charged with lightning, thunder, and thunderbolt. Moreover, it's always accompanied by gusty winds and heavy rainstorms, sometimes even hail. The summer storm normally occurs within a short span of time, with some rare exception of over 2 hours.
Uncle Bandit, what's the use of
Well, it functions like the hand of an elephant used for picking up bananas and sugarcane for eating. When it's too hot, the trunk can hold water and spray like a shower.
Very useful. How about a tornado that looks like a trunk? Is there any use at all?
Oh, that. Normally there is no use, but only danger.
The tornado in meteorological terms means a violent cyclone caused by the rotation of air column under the cumulonimbus clouds, forming a narrow funnel cloud protruding into the atmosphere or clinging from the base of the cumulonimbus clouds. It has a trunk-like appearance. The tornado is one among natural phenomena with severe destruction force. Tornadoes are caused when cold air mass meets with warm air mass, causing a whirlwind, which are unstable swirls, leading to the formation of a funnel whose narrow end touches the earth. The majority of tornadoes occur in America due to its geography, where cold and warm air mass meet over a plain. Tornadoes can bring about substantial damage, as its wind speed could reach up to 500 kilometers per hour or 300 miles per hour, which can destroy buildings.
What's wrong with you, Juke? Didn't you have enough sleep last night?
Uncle Bandit, last night it rained so hard, with lightning and very strong winds. I couldn't sleep a wink.
The wind you mentioned, what is a gust?
I don't even know what a gust is.
Now then.
Gust is a short blast of wind with increased speed average from time. The duration of a gust is usually less than 20 seconds before becoming a lull. To be considered as a gust, the peak wind speed must be at least 30 kilomiles per hour or 16 knots, and at the variation of wind speed between the peak and lull must be greater than 16 kilomiles per hour, 9 knots. Generally, a gust occurs over rough land or near high buildings. However, it can occur over a large water surface, though not often. Gusts can also mean a wind speed with clear direction, but the wind force may increase or decrease from a mean speed within a given period of time. During the occurrence of a gust, one should avoid being in vast open spaces, under big trees, and near big billboards or unstable structures to prevent potential hazards.
Uncle Bandit, what is a convergence? How is it formed? What effect does it have on us? And
Easy, Juke. One question at a time. No one is interrupting you. I will tell you now.
Convergence refers to an encounter of at least two air currents near the Earth's surface, causing the air near the location to rise. This leads to the formation of rain clouds, which eventually produce rain. Convergence is normally caused by wind currents of different physical qualities and velocity, which cannot merge immediately, thus creating local weather variance. One example is the southerly winds from the Gulf of Thailand, which converges with the southeasterly winds from the South China Sea. The area where convergence occurs is laden with heavy rain. Therefore, upon the forecast or warning from the meteorological department on convergence, rain protection equipment should be prepared to prevent damages to property and life.
Won't you tell me any interesting story at all today?
What do you want to know, Juke? Ask me.
Oh, I can't think of anything. I just like to hear any story at all.
Okay, how about plane crash caused by wind shear?
Sounds good. I like it.
Wind shear is caused by a difference in the wind direction and/or wind speed within a relatively short time or at a sudden. Wind shear can happen vertically or horizontally or at both directions simultaneously. Wind shear can happen at any height, causing turbulence in which severity varies with that of the wind shear. However, wind shear is dangerous to aviation when occurring at low levels near the runway, particularly during takeoff and landing. Wind shear can also be caused by natural phenomena such as thunderstorms, gust front, sea breeze, or a combination of those. However, the majority of wind shear threatening aviation locally is caused by thunderstorms. Therefore, a wind shear detection is usually to warn a pilot to avoid flying into the warning zone. Otherwise, the aircraft might be tossed up and down, causing the pilot to lose control, which eventually